Good morning, all of you. We are discussing about the gas laws. So already yesterday we seen about the Boyle's law and as well as Charles law, related graphs and everything. Now we will see third gas law is nothing but Gay-Lussac law. What is the Gay-Lussac law? So under Boyle's law we maintain temperature is constant. Under Charles law we maintain pressure is constant. Now under Gay-Lussac law we have to maintain at a constant pressure. At constant volume, temperature is over, pressure is over. Now you are maintaining as a constant is volume. What happening at constant volume means we are taking one closed container. We are taking in this closed container, volume is nothing but 1 liter of oxygen gas I am taking. Okay, now I am taking this 1 liter of closed oxygen cylinder and I am raising temperature. This is right now at 25 degrees Celsius temperature, means room temperature. Now I am raising to 50 degrees Celsius temperature. What happens, anybody? When you raise the temperature, the supplied heat energy taken by the gas molecules and rise its kinetic energy. After raising the kinetic energy, the gas molecules are moving with high speed and collision with walls with high force. Then creating pressure will be high. So then automatically what happening here, creating pressure, same 1 liter closed container only, creating pressure will be 5 atmosphere for example. Now same 1 liter closed container, but I am supplying nearly 100 degrees Celsius temperature I am supplying. More temperature you are supplying means more energy taken by the gas molecule, its kinetic energy will be increasing too much, then creating pressure will be also going on increasing. So then we can tell nearly 10 atmospheric pressure is there. What is as a concept here, see carefully. So low temperature, creating pressure is low, high temperature, high pressure at a constant volume. So what we can tell, at a constant volume, pressure of given mass of a gas, is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. Sir, what is the meaning of absolute temperature? Means should be taken in kelvins. So generally as the temperature is rising, the kinetic energy of gas molecule is increasing, then with high force they will collide with the walls of the container, creating pressure will be high. So write down that is only pressure is directly proportional to absolute temperature, then pressure is equals to K into temperature, can be written as P by T is equals to constant. This is only Gay-Lussac law equation. Now the same concept I am applying at two different conditions. Initially pressure is P1, temperature is T1. After changing condition, finally what happens, pressure is P2, temperature is T2. So at a two different condition, can we apply the Gay-Lussac law? Yes, P1 by T1 is equals to constant and P2 by T2 is also equals to constant. I told already A equals to C, B equals to C, then A equals to B equals to C. So can be written as here P1 by T1 is equals to P2 by T2 at a two different condition for same Gay-Lussac law for same gas. Okay, now we have to discuss about the graphs. Yes, the very important thing, the graphs which is studied at a constant volume. The graph which is studied at a constant volume, at a constant temperature, graphs is calling as isotherms, a constant pressure is calling as isobars. The graphs which will be studied at a constant volume is calling as isocores. Yes, what we can study under this one, first graph is nothing but pressure is directly proportional to temperature. So it is similar to x is directly proportional to y, then we are getting straight line. So what has to be done, mom? Pressure should be taken on y-axis, temperature should be taken on x-axis. Okay, both are directly proportional, that's why the straight line will be coming like this. This is the volume V1 and I am taking same line at another constant volume V2. I want to get the relation between V1 V2 as a concept, you know already. So what has to be done? On one axis we have to take one fixed point, either pressure axis or temperature axis. There we have to draw the vertical line. The intercepting points are denoted by AB. From AB we have to draw the vertical lines to another axis. This is nothing but P1 point, this is nothing but P2 point. Why? Because V1 V2. You go through the concept from 0, which is high, P1 is more than P2. So from Boyle's equation, pressure is inversely proportional to volume, no? Yes, this automatically pressure is more, automatically volume V1 is less than V2. This is important for competitive. I will tell you one more thing, is nothing but a second graph related to this one. So what I want to write on, P by T versus whether P or T. Okay, what is that one? If you take the P by T, pressure by temperature on y-axis, either pressure values or temperature values should be taken on x-axis. What graph you may get, anybody? P by T is always maintaining a constant. Whatever pressure, whatever temperature you maintain, P by T values is coming a constant values we are getting. This is the graph at V1, this is the graph at V2. Now what we should be taken? Yes, we have to take one fixed point here. From there we have to draw the line. Yes, these are intercepting points are A and B. Then this is related to P1 by T1. This is nothing but P2 by T2. Okay, which is more amount? P1 by T1 is equals to P2 by T2. Okay, which one you are maintaining constant? For example, pressure maintaining constant. Pressure maintaining constant means what we are getting? 1 by T1 is greater than 1 by T2. Can we written as reverse? Yes, T1 is less than T2. But we want relation between V1 and V2. You know already from where? Charles law. From Charles law what we can tell? V is directly proportional to temperature. T1 is less, then corresponding volume V1 is less than V2. This is important for competitive. These are the graphs we are learning. All of you understood or no? Yes, it's a very important thing. Now we are going to discuss about the fourth gaseous law, is nothing but a very simple one, Avogadro's law. Avogadro's law already you learned in basic concepts of chemistry. Avogadro's law. What is this Avogadro's law? Anybody? Yes, I will tell you. At same temperature and pressure, I will tell the concept first, later we can define the statement. At the same temperature and pressure, at same temperature and pressure, at same temperature and pressure, I am taking 1 liter of two different gases. I am taking 1 liter of oxygen gas and I am taking 1 liter of hydrogen gas. I am taking 1 liter of hydrogen gas. What is the statement? Do you know? At the same temperature and pressure, you are taking equal volumes of all gases. Whatever gas you can take containing equal number of moles or molecules. Means both oxygen and hydrogen 1 liter at same temperature and condition containing or having a same number of moles or nothing but molecules. Mole means what? 1 mole Avogadro number, 2 moles 2 into Avogadro number, that's calling as a molecules. Yes, you take same temperature and pressure, equal volumes of all gases containing equal number or same number of moles or molecules. From this I want to tell you one thing, you see carefully. For example, you are taking 1 liter of oxygen gas at room conditions. At room condition, you are taking 1 liter of oxygen gas you are taking containing n number of molecules. Now I am taking 2 liters of oxygen gas at same room condition. Is it containing? Yes, 1 liter containing n number of molecules or moles, then 2 liters containing how much? Double. It is nothing but 2n moles or molecules. So these n means maybe moles or nothing but molecules. Yes, from this we have to tell the statement. Anybody? As the volume is increasing, the number of moles and molecules is also going on increasing. That only Avogadro's law statement means at same temperature and pressure, volume of a given mass of a gas, is directly proportional to volume of a given mass of a gas is directly proportional to number of moles or molecules. Yes, I think you will get it the idea. So you are maintaining the same temperature and pressure. The volume of a given gas is directly proportional to number of moles or molecules. Means as the volume of a given gas is directly proportional to the number of moles or molecules. Yes, as you take in 1 liter gas, n molecules is there. You take in 2 liters volume of the gas, 2 n moles is there. That's why the volume is increasing, the number of moles or molecules is also going on increasing. That's why we can tell here volume is directly proportional to n. From this can we write volume is equals to V is equals to some constant into n. Then we can write V by n is equals to constant. Not like that you taken two different volumes you taken. Then what you are getting at initial case we have V1 volume and N1 moles is equals to constant. And finally means you changed the volume V2 containing moles or molecules is N2 is also constant, same as like A equals to C, B is equals to C, then A equals to B equals to C. Then what you are getting among V1 by N1 is equals to V2 by N2. This is the Avogadro's law application point. All of you getting or no? So it's very simple. Under same conditions of temperature and pressure, as the volume of gas is increasing, that means you're taking more quantity of the gas, then what happening? More number of moles or molecules will be there. Okay, you know one important point here, at STP condition, 1 mole of any gas occupies 1 mole of any gas occupies how much volume? 22.4 liters of volume. Yes, it is a very standard and important statement. 1 mole of any gas is occupying so means 22.4 liters of volume. Set it sir. Already set madaro. So at STP condition 1 mole of any gas occupies 22.4 liters. Yes, what is the meaning of STP condition? You know very well. So is nothing but yes, already you learned in the first topic, no? Standard temperature and pressure. Standard temperature and pressure. You know standard temperature means how much? 0 degrees Celsius or nothing but 273 kelvins, whatever it is, same meaning. And we can take a standard pressure. Standard pressure means what we are taking? 1 atmospheric condition. At STP condition, 1 mole of any gas occupies 22.4 liters of volume. STP condition means standard temperature and pressure. So standard temperature is 273 kelvins and standard pressure is 1 atmosphere. With this, what is over? Charles law, Boyle's law, Gay-Lussac law and Avogadro's law is over. Now we are discussing the very important thing. Listen carefully. Ideal gas equation. Ideal gas equation for theory and competitive point of view is a very important concept. What is the meaning of ideal gas equation? Listen carefully. So the gas which obeys all gas laws at all conditions. The gas which obeys all gas laws means Boyle's law, Charles' law, Gay-Lussac law, Avogadro's law at any condition. Such gas is calling as a ideal gas. That gas is calling as a ideal gas. But actually we haven't ideal gas. Whatever gases we have, all gases or real gases will come in further concept. Next class it will be coming. So the gas which obeys all the gas laws like Boyle's law, Charles' law, Avogadro's law and Gay-Lussac law at all conditions is calling as a ideal gas. So now ideal gas equation we are deriving from all the previous concept. Just first read on from Boyle's law. From Boyle's law, what is the equation? V is inversely proportional to pressure. And next, from Charles' law. From Charles' law, what can be written? Volume is directly proportional to temperature. And next, Avogadro's law. Avogadro's law. What is the Avogadro's law? Volume is directly proportional to number of moles or molecules. From equation 1, 2, 3, what we can write? A is directly proportional to B, A is directly proportional to C, and A is directly proportional to L. All together directly we can write it, no? So from equation 1, 2, 3, V is directly proportional to N and T by P. Yes? Yes or no? Yes. Now I want to remove the proportionality here. So then we can write it here. PV comes this side. PV is directly proportional to NT. I want to remove the proportionality. Then I want to multiply with one constant. PV is equals to some R into NT. So that only we can write it as PV is equals to nRT. But here whatever R is there, that is proportionality constant, or also calling as universal gas constant. Universal gas constant. Most of the times throughout the chemistry will be repeating that. So what is the ideal gas equation? PV is equals to nRT. P means pressure, V means volume, N means number of moles, R means universal gas constant, T means temperature. Write on that only. P is nothing but pressure of the gas, and V means is nothing but volume of the gas, and N means is nothing but number of moles of the gas, and R already written. T means absolute temperature. Sir, what is the meaning of absolute temperature? Temperature should be taken in kelvins. It is not a concept, but what is important concept here I will tell you. Listen carefully all of you. So means whatever universal gas constant R will be there, R value depends on, this is very important, depends on units of pressure and volume. R value depending upon units of the pressure and volume. That is a very important thing. It's not depending upon magnitude of the values. It's only depending upon units of the pressure and volume. How is this one? I will tell you. See carefully. First point. Generally pressure we are taking 1.013 into 10 to the power of 5 Pascal we are taking. So can we taken as is like nothing but 10 to the power of 5 Pascal? Okay, 1.013 means neglected value, leave it. And we can take another one, temperature. Temperature we have to taken in 273 kelvins. So now volume should be taken as 22.4 liters. Why? Because N I am taking as 1 mole of gas I am taking. 1 mole of at standard condition occupies 22.4 liters. 22.4 liter means 22.4 into liter means dm cube. Okay, next again we are getting a 22.4 means d means how much? Deci power 3 and meter cube. Substitute all the values in that one. So what is the ideal gas equation? PV is equals to nRT, but you want which one? R. Then PV by NT. Pressure is there, volume is there, temperature is there, number of moles is there. Substitute everything and simplify. We are getting R value is 8.314 joule Kelvin inverse and mole inverse. R value. This is not a big thing for us, but this is a very important. What is that one? R value depending upon units of the pressure and volume, or is calling as a universal gas constant. What is the ideal gas equation? PV is equals to nRT. Okay, how you are getting the R values? Different R values. Different R values we are discussing. Listen carefully. So first R value is 0.0821 liter atmosphere Kelvin inverse and mole inverse. Sir, what is the meaning of this one? Means here we are taking a pressure in atmospheres and volume we are taking in liters. Yes, this is important. So when you take in liter atmosphere, volume and pressure, value is of R value is 0.0821. That one I am telling R value depending upon units of the pressure and volume. Second value I will write here, see, R value is equals to 82.1. Now I am expressing this one in milliliters, pressure in atmosphere only, but volume I am expressing in milliliters or cubic centimeter cc, both are same. Okay, I want to convert liters into milliliters, means what I should do? Into 1000 I have to do it. 1 liter is equals to 1000 ml. 1000 into this value means 82.1 milliliters or nothing but cc, atmospheres, and Kelvin inverse and mole inverse. R value in cc, atmosphere, Kelvin inverse. No, I want to get R value in torrs. 62.4 liters as usual into torrs. Torrs means also can be written as millimeters. Yesterday we seen this one. Kelvin inverse into mole inverse. Here pressure expressed in torrs or millimeters and volume we are expressing in liters. Sir, how you are getting this value from this one? You take this value into this value. Now liter as usual, but instead of atmosphere you are writing torrs. 1 atmosphere is equals to how much? 760 torrs. Multiply, you are getting this value. And I want to discuss one more value is nothing but R is equals to 8.314. Already we know na, joule Kelvin inverse and mole inverse. All values has to be practiced very carefully. Now I want R value in ergs. 8.314 into 10 to the power of 7 ergs into Kelvin inverse and mole inverse. Why? 1 joule is equals to 10 to the power of 7 ergs. Now last value is a very important value. R value 1.987 calories Kelvin inverse and mole inverse. So R value in calories, how you got, sir? Actually you know 1 calorie is equals to 4.18 joules. Yes, instead of this joules we have to substitute calorie value. How is this one? 1 joule is equals to 1 by 4.18 calories. Instead of joule you substitute that 1 by 4.18 calories, you will get around 1.987 means while doing problems you are taking around 2 calories Kelvin inverse and mole inverse. Why? 1.987 means almost 2 we are taking. So these are different all values in ideal gas equation called as universal gas constant. Are you getting all of you? Yes. Now we are going to discuss some other important things. So what is the ideal gas equation? The gas which obeys all the gas laws at all conditions is calling as ideal gas. But actually ideal gas cannot exist in the universe. Whatever gases we have, all are real gases. And what is the ideal gas equation? PV is equals to nRT. In that, R is calling as a universal gas constant. The universal gas constant value depending upon pressure volume units. Based on pressure volume units, we have different R values like 0.0821 liter atmosphere, like milliliters, and torrs, joules, ergs, calories, like that. All of you clear? Yes. Now a small concept is remaining based on this one, ideal gas equation. Ideal gas equation. What is that one? PV is equals to nRT. Take it at two different condition initially. What we are getting? P1 V1 is equals to nR. Gas quantity is constant, universal gas constant is also constant. We are getting temperature T1. Like that, we have final. Final means what? Pressure P2, volume V2, and nR into T2. Simplify this one, you are getting a P1 V1 by T1 is equals to nR, and P2 V2 by T2 is equals to nR. You know nR, gas quantity is constant, universal gas constant is constant. Constant into constant, you are getting constant. So A is equals to C and B is equals to C. What can be written? A equals to B equals to C. That only we are writing as P1 V1 by T1 is equals to P2 V2 by T2. That only we are calling as one special name is nothing but a combined gas equation. Same concept we used in stoichiometric calculation, fourth category, volume to volume relationship problems. I have written on the day combined gas equation. This is calling as combined gas equation. What is the combined gas equation? P1 V1 by T1 is equals to P2 V2 by T2. This is a very important concept. All of you understood? Yes. Now we are going to discuss one more important thing, is nothing but a very important one, Graham's law. Graham's law. For competitive, very important, Graham's law of diffusion. Sir, what is the meaning of diffusion? Later we can discuss about the Graham's law. First of all, we have to discuss about the diffusion. Anybody already yesterday under gaseous material properties we discussed. What is the meaning of diffusion? Diffusion means mixing of gases. Mixing of gases in all proportions. In all proportions to form homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture is called diffusion. What is the meaning of diffusion? The mixing of gases in all proportions, and we are getting all proportions, and to form a homogeneous mixture is calling as a diffusion. Already you know, oxygen gas and nitrogen gas all mixed together. Whatever quantity you can take, they mix it together. Finally it is becoming like a single phase material, that is calling as a homogeneous. And later we have to discuss one more related word, effusion. Effusion. So what is the meaning of effusion? You take an gas in a cylinder at a high pressure. To this you are keeping a small hole. Through that small hole the gas is coming outside into the low pressure area. This is calling as effusion. What is the meaning of effusion? The spreading or moving of a gas particles from high pressure region to low pressure region is calling as effusion. Best example, you take body spray. In that body spray, the gas is filled inside the bottle with high pressure